Welcome, welcome. Welcome, my great, good, wonderful, young living community, the people that I feel comfortable with, the community of folks that are into growth, expansion, becoming better themselves and helping the world become a better place. I honor all of you that could make it today, that are here for the rally live. There's a lot of benefits to being on this rally live. It's our back to school rally. There's somewhat of a back to school theme because we are going to have a presentation on, we'll see, something to do with using Young Living products with schooling. I think it involves homeschooling as well. In this age of the pandemic, there will be a lot of homeschooling, I am sure, way more than in the past. Young Living products can support that, but that will be for a later speaker. Those of you who know me, my name is James. I am a Young Living Diamond leader. Young Living has been my passion. It's been my life since I was introduced in 1999. Dramatically changed my life. If I have time a little bit more today to talk about it later, I will. But for now, those of you who know me know I like to begin with one of my favorite essential oils, Valor. So the way I like to do it, and you can get whatever oil works for you or none at all. But what I do is I put a drop on my left wrist, and I'll invite you to join me, not required, but I think you will benefit if you do. Take your right wrist, rub it clockwise 3 times, and then keep your wrists together and relax. I'll invite you to shut your eyes and shift your focus inward, placing your attention on the space between your wrists, on the energy flow through this essential oil blend, Valor. Ground, center, balance. Connect now with that which you truly are. Supreme, sublime, courage, confidence, strength. And when you become ready, you can lift your wrists to your nostrils and imbibe the aroma. The tip with doing that is when you do imbibe the aroma like that, if you inhale through your nostrils to a count of 7, hold to a count of 3, exhale to a count of 7, hold to a count of 3. Repeat that for 3 times. I guarantee, I'm already shifted from doing that, but you will shift if you're ever stressed out during the day. That will just chill. It really works. You can even do the breath thing without the oil, but of course it's very enhanced by using whatever Young Living oil you intend to use at that time. Right now I am diffusing in the background Northern Lights, black spruce, and frankincense. I have 15 drops of the black spruce and 5 drops of the frankincense. I've been doing that a lot these days. It's just very uplifting. It's expansive. I'm in it right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about Young Living products before we move on. Young Living products are amazing. When I was introduced to Young Living, I really jumped in for the products, and they just blew me away. One of the products I was attracted to was Thieves. The Thieves essential oil blend, which is a blend of clove, cinnamon, lemon, eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary. I was interested in how it would support the immune system. Back then, my immune system needed a lot of support, which is part of why I got into Young Living. Not that I recommend rubbing Thieves on the chest so much because it's a real hot oil, but I would do that a lot without a carrier oil. I was using it that way. Of course, now we have the Thieves chest rub. So I haven't tried this yet. My immune system's pretty solid. So these days, so I haven't really felt the need to use it, but I think after this rally, I am going to use it just to experience it. Another product we have which we didn't have back then, I began in 1999. I forgot when it came about, but Gary Young was very prescient, and he came up with Thieves hand sanitizer, as it's so called now. Then it was called the Thieves hand purifier, but now we call it the hand sanitizer. Nonetheless, it's the same product. It really works. It has the required amount of alcohol in it. It uses ethyl alcohol. It has 65%, which is important. I've been reading articles lately about the garbage that's being put on the market that they call hand sanitizers using methyl alcohol, which is toxic. And even and my daughter bought some hand sanitizer, not ours. I don't know why. She is a Young Living member, and she said it smelled horrible. It just had a horrible toxic kind of aromas or smell. Ours is just wonderful. Another thing that commercial hand sanitizers use, even if they are using denatured alcohol, as our ethyl alcohol is, meaning you can't get drunk on it. I don't know if that's a plus or a minus, but in any way, we don't want to be drinking hand sanitizer. So denaturing alcohol usually uses toxic chemicals. Young Living's denaturing process does not do that. We have so many, and all our products are that way. They're high-end, top of the line. They're not made chemically using toxic products, and examples of that I've just been talking about the hand sanitizer, because I use more of it these days than I did before. I used to always carry it with me, but I wouldn't use it as much. I would use it before eating at a restaurant. Now, whenever I leave a supermarket, I use it. So it's just an amazing product. Two other products I've been using quite a bit lately are Gary's Light. It's a new essential oil blend, came out at the convention. I use it on my solar plexus every morning and just shine Gary's Light into the world. And then One Heart. Lately, I have not been using Joy on my heart, spiritual heart. I use One Heart. I'm very into oneness and unity. So I've also been using another essential oil blend lately, Higher Unity. I've been doing this daily. So just some ideas, and that I just flashed behind my ears. So these are just some ideas. You can experiment, play, mix and match. Hey, we have over 600 products to choose from of many kinds. Well, now it is my pleasure to introduce someone who I have not had the opportunity to meet face to face. We were planning on it before the convention went digital. Aaron Zagara, though it says Aaron Hardy here, is I'm not sure. She has all these different last names. So, but I'll just say Erin. Erin is the Young Living Corporate Nature's Ultra person. I work a lot with Diamond Support. Everybody I've talked to loves Erin. If I mention her name, Erin, she's great. I love her. And I understand that because I do also. She's just amazing. She knows so much about CBD. She's a teacher, just such a welcome addition to the Young Living community. I am blessed to know her. This is the second time she is going to be teaching us about Young Living CBD products. We are blessed and grateful to have you here, Erin. Take it away.
Thank you so much, James. I'm very excited to be here. I love teaching, first off. It's something that I'm very passionate about. And so when I get to talk about our CBD products, it's even better. I wanted to preface with something going off of what you said, James, about just kind of where we are these days. This past week, actually the past couple weeks, we've seen some articles and some different other media come out kind of actually really against the essential oil movement. And I think it can be quite disheartening. And in my mind, I think when you look back to when we first, before we had big pharma and all of these medications, we were using natural plants and remedies. And so I think it's just a little bit shocking that that people are so kind of against something that's natural. So I just wanted to start with, I hope that we as a community can talk to people about the benefits, and I know that everyone on this call does, about the benefits of going natural, because it's such a wonderful change for, I think, family and friends. My dishwasher broke a couple weeks ago, and there's a new one coming. So in the meantime, I've had to hand wash all of my dishes, which really makes you thankful for a dishwasher. And I use Thieves, the dish soap. My hands have never been softer. And I would normally say if I were to use any other product, they would be cracking and bleeding. So I think people that maybe don't understand or use our products, they don't understand the benefits of them. So anyways, now I'll start with my presentation. I just wanted to say that because it was a little bit disheartening the past couple of weeks when you hear people that are against what we do. And I think everything in moderation, right? I remember that saying that my mom would always tell me that. So now I'm going to share my screen and I will get started. I'll get off my soapbox, sorry. That was something I just I needed to say to somebody.
I'm glad you did, because I was going to talk on that after you, so I'm glad.
Awesome. Can everyone see my screen okay? It's showing?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. All right, and I've got my chat up, so I will, I'll keep glancing over there if people have questions as I go through this presentation. First, I'm new to Young Living. I grew up with Richard. Richard Ricketts is our founder of Young Living. He created this product back in 2017. I'll talk a little bit about that. So I know him very well, and I know anything he creates, he's successful, and he's going to create something that is good for communities, good for those around him. But coming into the Young Living family, we officially joined this last January, has been such a beautiful experience for my family. Young Living takes care of everybody that's under its umbrella. And I will just say that I'm so thankful for that, because especially during these times of the pandemic, it's scary, right? Just to know what to expect. And Young Living has been just absolutely wonderful. So I just wanted to say that before I jump into this. So welcome. We are here for Team Rally Back to School. And I'm going to talk about, of course, about Nature's Ultra. So first, I want to hit on the world of CBD. There's tons and tons of myths and misconceptions out there. I do think it's leveling off. I think it's getting better because more people are educating themselves about CBD. So that does make me very happy to see that. But one of the biggest myths is that CBD is the same as THC. and they are entirely different compounds. They do different things. And CBD will not get you high, where with THC, you get the euphoria. Everybody knows, you know, marijuana has been in the headlines for a long time. The other thing that is happening in in the industry is a lot of companies are using hemp oil and they're labeling it as CBD. I love hemp oil. I actually use it in a lot of my products. It just comes from hemp seeds. It doesn't have CBD in it though. And so if you are buying something that's labeled CBD and you're getting hemp oil, you're just not getting what you've paid for. And then another big point is testing. I have a lot of people that say, Erin, I found a great CBD company. It works for me and I love it. And I'm not the person that's gonna argue and tell them, no, you need to come over here, even though I want them to. I will just say, make sure you ask for their test results. Make sure you're asking about pesticides and solvents, THC, heavy metals. Make sure you know their farming practices. Do they know what was in that land 20 years ago? Because that will affect how their plants are growing. Was it an old mining area? Or were there toxic chemicals that maybe somehow got into the earth? And so it's really important that they show you those reports. And many companies, they don't test. You know, CBD hit the market really fast, was super popular, and a lot of people saw the chance to make a lot of money, which is unfortunately just how our world works. And so they would misrepresent what was in their products, and they really didn't care what they were giving to the consumer because they were just trying to make a quick buck. And so that's something to always make sure, especially with CBD products, that you're looking at what is in your product. So now let's talk about what is CBD. So CBD stands for cannabidiol, and cannabidiol is actually one of about 113 natural cannabinoids found in the cannabis plant. Now, a cannabinoid is just a chemical compound that is naturally found in the cannabis plant. Other compounds that are cannabinoids are, of course, THC that you've heard of. You probably have heard of CBG, CBA, CBN. The more we research these cannabinoids, the more we find out, but we still have a lot to learn. And industrial hemp, and this is what you'll hear often when you hear CBD, because there are laws in place right now. So the law that is in place is, and this comes from the USDA, it's the 2018 Farm Bill. So it's a bill which feeds into the law, of course. But in order for a product to be on the market as a CBD product, you have to be using industrial hemp, and you have to be using a product that by dry weight contains less than 0.3% of THC. So of course we use industrial hemp for our CBD products. Now, industrial hemp falls under the cannabis plant family. It was in like mid 1700s was when the cannabis plant was actually named a species. And there's only one species of plant, and it's the cannabis sativa L plant. And what that plant encompasses is actually 3 subspecies. You have industrial hemp, which you know has high amounts of CBD, low amounts of THC. Then you have, of course, the marijuana plant, which is higher amounts of THC, lower amounts of CBD. Then you have this lesser known plant called the ruderalis plant, and it actually has low amounts of THC and CBD. Not a lot of companies, farmers, producers are using that plant. But we focus, of course, because we are a CBD line, we use industrial hemp for our CBD products. And this cannabis in general has a vast history, which I find fascinating. People were using cannabis in 2800 BC, and it dates back to the Stone Age. It originates in Central Asia. People were using it, just like it says on my slide here, for rope, clothing, and then they then created paper. The Italians were using it for ships, for the sails on their ships, because it was water resistant, 3 times stronger than cotton, and the salt didn't eat away at the material. So it's such a versatile plant, and it really is it's such a hardy plant too. Like, it'll grow under any condition. So the industrial hemp, just to recap here, is high in CBD and then low in THC. So then we want to talk about the difference between these two compounds. So THC, as we know, is that cannabinoid that's known for very intoxicating properties. And it is therapeutic. You'll see on my slide here that I say that CBD is known for its therapeutic properties. THC is also therapeutic, but they have they're in different spaces. You know, you see a lot of studies with THC for cancer patients, and they were using it for AIDS patients as well. It has its place. We of course, because we're a CBD line, we focus on CBD and the therapeutic qualities that it has. But the reason that this THC cannabinoid has these intoxicating properties is THC within your body, and every single person has an ECS, or an endocannabinoid system. And what happens is THC actually attaches to a receptor that is, this receptor CB1 is primarily in your brain. And it attaches in such a way that it creates that high or that intoxicating effect. And CBD is, it modulates with the CB1 receptor, but it works more in the attaching realm with the CB2 receptor, which is primarily with like your immune system, and in that area. And it works with these cannabinoids that are called endocannabinoids, that are actually present in your body, no matter if you take CBD, called 2-AG and anandamide as well. So the science is very, very cool on how the system in your body works, whether or not you take CBD. But the big takeaway is that CBD is not intoxicating. So the system that we have in our bodies, and once again, you don't have to take any cannabinoid for it to be present, like it's just naturally here. The system is actually newly discovered. It was only discovered in the 90s. So we still need to learn a lot. But what we do know is that this system is an overall maintenance of the body's systems. And that what its goal is to create homeostasis, to keep your body in stability and balance. And you can see these receptors the CB1 are primarily in the brain, but they do move throughout your body. And then the CB2 are primarily in your gut, but they are also in your brain and throughout your body. And these receptors, they sit on your cell surfaces. So you might be asking, why is this important in regards to CBD? When you take a cannabinoid, so like a phytocannabinoid that comes from a plant, or an exocannabinoid, that just means that it doesn't come from your body. When you take something like that, it is actually going to work with this ECS, this endocannabinoid system, and it's going to create homeostasis in whatever your body needs. And every person is different. And this is where I want to talk about making CBD. It's a personal journey for every single person. We get asked a lot, when am I going to feel the effects, and how should I incorporate this in my life? And my answer is that it's a personal journey that it's really fun to take. And I think it's important to keep a diary and write down before you're taking CBD how you're feeling, and then take it for 30 days and move through that process of seeing how it's changing / affecting your life. Also keep in mind that our genetic makeup is all different, and that this plays a big part into how CBD can be integrated into your life. What James might be taking CBD for, I might be taking it for something different. He might be feeling the benefits and properties of CBD in a different way than I would. And I think that's the beauty of it, is it's because we're all different people. It really can be incorporated into your life, and the fun of finding out what it can do for you is part of that journey. Okay, so now let's jump into quality assurance. This is our COA, or our certificate of analysis. You'll be able to find this for every single one of our products. And these green rectangles are incredibly important because what they are showing is that 0.0% THC pass. That's crucial because we have to abide by what the USDA has put out for the 2018 Farm Bill. And because the FDA has not ruled on the legality of internal consumption for CBD, we have to be very careful with how we are making and marketing our products. So that is huge. Now, in saying that, that we are 0.0% THC, it doesn't mean that there are not traces of THC. And that's something to really think about when you are talking to your friends and family. We don't recommend our products for anyone who has to routinely get drug tested, because most drug tests actually test for cannabinoids in general. So they might test for CBG, CBA, THC. So if you are police officer, fireman, government worker, maybe you're an athlete and so you're abiding by the anti-doping policies, that's something to really look into, those policies. A lot of companies and government agencies are actually writing in CBD into their policies because they know it's something that people are using. But we want to make sure that people understand that they need to see what the repercussions could be if they use this product. And then we have no solvents, no pesticides, no heavy metals, and that really gets at that our soil is clean and our water source is clean, and we are testing from seed to seal every single part of what is going into your bottle that you're taking, which I think is absolutely crucial. And then this touches briefly on our seed to seal and our organic farming practices. So Nature's Ultra Seed to Seal Certified Supplier Partner Farms, that's a very long name. We follow the USDA guidelines for organic farming practices. So we have the best seeds to ensure the highest quality. Our waters sourced from aquifers and tested to ensure that it is clean and pure. And then we rotate our crops for our soil health. If you don't rotate, you're sucking out all these nutrients out of the earth. And by doing a cover crop every other season or every other harvest, you're adding in different nutrients into the soil. So that is really, really important. And then, of course, we proudly follow seed to seal standards, and you'll see that on every single one of our products. So now let's jump into my favorite part. One of my favorite parts. I love the history of CBD. I think that's fascinating, but I also really love our products. So let's talk about this. So first, before I jump into each of the products, I want to hit really quickly, and this is so, so important when you're talking to friends and family, that we are smart spectrum. And what that means is we're using a CBD isolate. So we're using the purest form of CBD, which is, just as the name implies, it's an isolated CBD. So we're using the purest form, and then we're blending it with Young Living essential oils for the perfect combination. So you may be asking, well, why is that the perfect combination? When you use an isolate, you don't get any terpenes or the building blocks that make up essential oils, but you are getting the best of CBD. You know the amount of CBD you're getting, and you know that you're getting the purest version of CBD. And so when you are using an isolate, you don't get those terpenes. So then by adding in the Young Living essential oils, you're getting all the great benefits of the terpenes and the essential oils that actually work synergistically with CBD. And that synergistic relationship, it actually enhances the properties of CBD. So it's actually more beneficial to take a CBD blended with essential oils than a CBD alone. And that's what Smart Spectrum is. It's just the isolate and then Young Living essential oils. So now let's talk about, this is my favorite product. I use this every single night, the CBD Muscle Rub. This comes in strengths of 300 milligrams and 600 milligrams. And the essential oils that you'll find in this product are camphor, clove, helichrysum, lemon, peppermint, tea tree, wintergreen, camellia, arnica, wormwood, safflower, and jojoba. And all of these have either moisturizing properties, cooling, warming. They all make sense for being in this muscle rub. And this is something that I love the smell. I'm very partial to, I love peppermint and lemon and wintergreen. And so I think it smells wonderful. This is something that I use. I have 2 young children. And so for me, using this on my upper back, my neck, and my shoulders every night is really gets me to relax to where I can then have a good night's sleep, because my kids are young. I don't sleep as well because I'm always, worried, like, what if they wake up? And so this is something that I really enjoy to just let my body relax. So some features and benefits, and you can talk about these to your friends and your family. Soothes sore muscles, offers a cooling sensation, has a fresh minty aroma, of course contains 0.0% THC, and then meets Young Living seed to seal quality standards. And then some uses when you're talking to friends and family. A little bit goes a long way on this product. I use it every single day, and that little jar gets me through many, many months. You'll put the desired amount into your palms, and I just like to let it warm in my palm and then let it spread, and then I rub it in the areas that I need that comfort. It's great after a workout. It's great if you've been, of course, lifting kids, if you've been doing anything where your muscles in your body just feels a little bit achy and tired. And then we have the Calm CBD roll-on. This one I use every night. I love this product. I love the smell. It has eucalyptus, frankincense, lavender, orange, vetiver, ylang ylang. I think I fall in love with this product more and more the more I use it. Like, I notice if I haven't used it for a couple nights and then I come back to it, I'm always surprised at how much I love the scent of this product. This comes in 300 milligram and 600 milligram strengths. And some features and benefits: calming, soothing aroma, great for nighttime. However, you can take it with you throughout your day, especially during these times when, you just don't know what's coming, whether it's with politics or with the pandemic or getting kids back to school and just jobs and life. This is something that if you just take a moment, you put it on your wrist, and then you really inhale all of the oils in this, it does give you that, just that peace, that even if it's just for 5 minutes, that you need that. And so I think this is great throughout the day. Creates a peaceful atmosphere for a restful night's sleep, may support a worry-free outlook, contains 0.0% THC, and then of course meets Young Living seed to seal quality standards. And this is a soft, soothing scent. I like to put it on my wrists, my neck, my chest. You can put it under your feet, under the arch where your skin is thin. And that's where you want to put this product, is in a place where your skin is really thin, because you want it to absorb into your skin. And it really is especially relaxing before bedtime, or like I said, throughout the day when you just need some extra calm. And then we have our bottles. We have our cinnamon, citrus, and cool mint CBD oils. Cinnamon has cinnamon bark. The citrus is grapefruit and orange. And then the cool mint is peppermint and spearmint. I'm partial to mint, so cool mint is my #1 favorite. I also love cinnamon. I like to do cool mint. I think cool mint is great at the beginning of the day. It just kind of, it just gives me a little jolt where I'm like, okay, I need to start my day. And then I like to do citrus kind of in the afternoon, just to give a little bit of happiness to your afternoon. And then cinnamon, just because it's such a warm oil. I love this one in the evening. And these come in the 500 milligram and 1000 milligram strengths. And these are great in order to tell how much CBD you're getting, because we have a dropper in the bottle. So one dropper for the 500 milligram is about 16.66 milligrams, and then it'll be double that for the 1000 milligram strength. So some features and benefits: we have soothes occasional tension, has bright, uplifting aromas, offers cooling sensations, of course 0.0% THC, and then meets Young Living's seed to seal quality standards. And then how to use these products. Apply 1 dropper to the desired area, and you can use these multiple times daily. This is something that you could also carry with you. Same with the muscle rub. I think you could absolutely take that with you on the go. I also forgot to mention with the muscle rub, I type a lot, and so my hands are always kind of achy. So that's something I do put on my hands. Just don't touch your face after it has peppermint in it. I've done that too many times and that will burn. So just be careful of that. So some key reasons to choose Nature's Ultra. First, the smart spectrum, using Young Living essential oils that work synergistically with CBD is huge. No other company is doing that. And then following the seed to seal quality standards. I don't know another company that has these high standards where they are testing the soil and the water, and they're looking at what was in that field 20 years prior to see if it could possibly affect the growth of whatever they're going to grow now. So that's huge, seed to seal. And then we third-party lab test and certify every batch for heavy metals, solvents, pesticides, for its purity and potency. And of course, we use sustainable and ethical farming practices in our daily operations. It's really important. My team, I have 4 on my team, and it's really important for me to, and my team, that we are helping out the communities around us, because we're very thankful that we get to work for such a great company like Young Living. And so whether it's Meals on Wheels or we're helping with a different foundation or organization, that's something that I'm so happy that Young Living is so involved in helping communities. So I love that. And that concludes my presentation. I will pass it back to James.
Erin, that was wonderful. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Let me figure out how to unshare my screen here. Technology.
Yeah,
there it is.
When it works.
Okay.
All right. Well, you did a great job. Thank you. And your, because I remember 2 rallies ago, the PowerPoint you use, it's lighter area.
Yes.
Airier. It definitely had, you gave it a facelift. I like the new PowerPoint. Yes. So those of you who thought Erin was going to do the same presentation, it wasn't. It was just great. Thank you very much.
Good. You're welcome. Do you want me to post my question in the chat, or do you want me to ask it?
Yeah, ask your questions. Okay. And then the answers, you all answer the question, and then at the end of the rally, the winners will be announced. Okay.
Perfect.
Randomly from the correct answer.
Awesome. And then whoever, you just let me know who it is, and then they can choose a product of their choice from Nature's Ultra. Okay. So my question is, what is the best way to integrate CBD into your daily routine / life? And how can you best communicate this to your friends and family members? I'll read it one more time. What is the best way to integrate CBD into your daily routine, life, and how can you best communicate this to your friends and family members?
Good. We'll know who listened to your presentation from the answers. Excellent. I could do, and that's a very generous giveaway. I mean, to have a choice of any of the CBD products, that's, thank you so much, Erin. That our peeps are very grateful. And one of you will be the fortunate winner of that. I don't know which my favorite Young Living CBD product is. I do like the Calm Roll-On a lot. My wife, Tanya, has been using the muscle. She was just going on yesterday about how wonderful the muscle rub is. She's been doing a lot of work outdoors and has these aches and pains. She says the muscle rub is like really helps. And I use the dropper one every, I have one here. Well, I have it by the bed. I take that at night every, before I go to bed. Two full 1,000 milligram droppers. But we all have to begin. I always recommend whatever you use, start slowly. Start with a little bit, whether it's an essential oil, a CBD, whatever it is. Our products are natural. They're powerful. So you have to honor that. You have to respect that. So start with a little bit, see how you do with that, and then you can increase if that works for you, or you may not have to increase. You'll find the right amount for you on all of our products. That's how it works. And all natural products are really that way. Listen to what your body is telling you. So I want to elaborate a little bit on what Erin said before she started talking about CBD. And let me see if I can find I want to share my screen right now. Let me pull up what I want to share. This is very cool. I was really jazzed yesterday. Share screen. This one. Okay, share. Okay, well, yeah, when you have two screens, things move around when you do the share screen on Zoom. They haven't mastered that. But now you probably see a picture of me. If you could, I don't even think I can see the chat when I'm sharing my screen. Whoops. But I think you see this picture of me. So what happened was yesterday, my daughter was all excited. She messaged me this picture. A friend of hers had seen it, watching, it's in the top 10 of Netflix now. It's a new series called Unwell. The first episode is about essential oils. And there I am. I don't know if Stanley Gary is behind me. You all recognize Gary. And Stanley is next to me. I don't see that she's on the call, but she's one of our team members. And I was jazzed. I was like, all right, I'm a star. And so I watched it. I watched the show. And what they talked about was, I mean, some of it was positive about essential oils, though not all of it. They did have a woman talk about how she got a rash from essential oils, but that goes to what I'm saying. You have to honor the strength of our products. If you use an essential oil and you get a rash, don't keep on heaping more of it on. You stop. You just, I mean, it's just common sense. And as I told one of my team members, do I have it here? We have an oil for that. And I feel like in today's, I don't know, it isn't here right this second, but I feel like we need to have a helicopter spraying common sense around the world now. I mean, Gary Young thank you, Lynn. Gary Young created that oil blend, and just use common sense when you're using products. But the other thing they talked about, and it really caused me to contemplate about what they talked about with Young Living, was multi-level marketing. And they talked about it being a pyramid scheme. And I got fired up about this because I'm going to tell you something. I am passionate not only about our products, but about our system of sharing our products with the world. I am passionate about the multi-level marketing industry. I think it's wonderful. A true pyramid, I mean, and what they were talking about was how there's only so many Royal Crown diamonds, and those are the people who make money and other people don't. So how many people are the CEO of a company? I worked for Texas Instruments. It was a big company. Very few people were in upper management. And I will tell you, not one person in upper management back then was a person of color. Not one. In fact, there weren't even people in lower level management that were people of color back then. It was like most all of us were worker bees. And all corporate in the world, the corporate structure is you have a CEO making a ton of money. I don't begrudge Jeff Bezos, the head of Amazon. I personally like Amazon. I Googled him, I don't know, a few months ago. He was worth $150 billion. So I checked, that was like a few months ago. I checked again. His worth has gone up $40 billion in a few months. He's worth about $190 billion. I mean, it's like, but I guarantee you, the people who work in those warehouses doing all that work, if they lose their job, they may be able to last missing one paycheck. We're talking paycheck to paycheck, subsistence level wages. And there's very little, I'm passionate about this, because I was contemplating this after watching that, very little upward mobility in the corporate world. I know, I worked in the corporate world for a long time, and I honestly think in the multi-level marketing industry and Young Living certainly, because we're a good company with a solid product, we reward solid effort. There is a lot more opportunity for upper level to upward mobility in the MLM structure than there is in corporate America. There just is. And you don't need a doctorate. You can really, and it correlates with the effort you put in. And the woman who was in that Netflix thing talking about the MLM and how she didn't make any money. Well, I don't know her, but I wonder if she worked it like a full-time job. I mean, so I worked in corporate America and I worked full-time. I worked a ton of overtime. First, when I began working at Texas Instruments, they had us working 7 days a week. They didn't want us to leave, so they catered us meals. It was some hot project I was working on. And so I mean, I worked full time. Most all of you that work have a day job. You work at least 40 hours a week, if not more. And how many people, honestly, that are Young Living distributors work a solid 40-hour week doing this? And if you're not, then you really can't say, well, I didn't make any money with this. It's like you really do, I believe, get paid on the level of time and effort you put into it. Is there luck involved? Yes. There's luck involved with everything, though I've heard luck defined as preparation meets opportunity. If you're prepared when the opportunity comes, that generates luck. And we can generate our own luck. But I'll say there's external things, it's karma or whatever, destiny. So it isn't always that you're rewarded specifically for your effort. But in network marketing, I think you have a much better opportunity for upward mobility. And I'm passionate about that. I really believe in our method of business, our methodology. I think Young Living gives us the opportunity to do great stuff for the world because we have great products. What that whole thing in that Netflix thing ignored was that most people that are wholesale members, they're called distributors, but they're not really. We just love the products. Like Aaron said, how can you do dishes day in and day out with a dishwashing liquid and have softer hands? Not with commercial dishwashing liquid, but with Young Livings. And that's just one example. Like my daughter said, she has toxic hand sanitizer, smells horrible. Ours is wonderful. Everybody I put that on loves it. It's like, wow, this is really nice stuff. So we're sharing these products that help people towards health, towards well-being, and we can make an income from it based on the level of work we put in it, combined with good fortune. So I was just real passionate about that after I watched that. I thought it was very, it's just the way corporate America can be in dissing the way we do business. I think multi-level marketing is a wonderful way. So now I do have some giveaways. I didn't want to, so anybody that knew the answer to Aaron's needs to put their answer in here. I hope some of you did put your answers in the chat. Because and hopefully some of you can answer Aaron's question. Okay, so that's where you put the answer, and that's where we get the answers from, but and we'll pick from a correct answer, or the closest to a correct answer. I have two giveaways. Let me pull up my questions, because I wouldn't remember them if I didn't pull them up. Yes, Thieves hand sanitizer. And that's the giveaway. It's the one that's out of stock, the 7.6 fluid ounces. So I know you'll want to, those of you who are wanting that, you have your chance now. What kind of alcohol is in the Thieves hand sanitizer, and what percent? And if you listen to what I said, you'll know the answer. Or if you go find it somewhere. Okay. Now, my second question is for the Thieves chest rub, the one I haven't tried yet, which I will as soon as as soon as I take my video off. I don't want to have you like gag when I take my shirt off, put it on my chest. So that question, though, is what essential oils are in the Thieves essential oil blend? List those essential oils, and you have a chance to win the Thieves chest rub. All right. So I know some of you will be looking that up because you don't remember what I said. I used to know that stuff by heart. I used to do all these expos and ton of home presentations, and I would just rattle off the oils and Thieves and the oils and Valor. I would know just off the top of my head what are in the ones that I used a lot of. Well, all right. Allison, you're on. Awesome. So, okay, I have to give a little, and I know you have a tight schedule. So we had a replacement for Andrea Williams. Andrea, though, and that's Allison Clem. So somebody made you a co-host already because you unmuted yourself somehow. Good. I guess a co-host can make somebody a co-host. So that's good. So Allison is going to, so glad you're on board and volunteered on short notice to do this. I love Allison. I've spent time with her at convention. I've spent time with her in West Virginia. She is just she shines a light into the world. If any of you get to know her, you're just blessed. She offers so much. I'm so grateful to have you in my life, Allison. Take it away.
Thank you, James. I'm really happy to be here, and I feel the same way about you. I'm coming to you guys from my yoga room at work, and it's a quiet little space, and I just did 2 raindrop therapies for 2 of our regulars at the spa, so I'm feeling so good. And I was asked today to speak about school and kids and some immune support, some educational focus support, and emotional support. So from my phone, I can't see the grid, which I miss seeing everybody's faces. So just know that I wish I was seeing your faces, and I'm happy to be here. And I don't know how many of you guys have kids or maybe around kids or have grandchildren, but here in West Virginia, we still have absolutely no idea what our school plan is for the upcoming year. So a few weeks ago, I'm kind of a planner, so I was having a really hard time personally not knowing how to prepare and how to prepare my kids. So I had to go kind of into major surrender mode, which isn't easy sometimes if you're a little controlling. So I feel like this year, all the kids and the parents and all the adults in the kids' lives are going to need all of the immune support and the emotional support and the mental focus support. So this is kind of for everyone. When it comes to kids and focus, I like to keep it pretty simple. So I don't like to overwhelm my kids by giving them too many products to use. So I'm really big on filling up all the diffusers around my house first thing in the morning. And for morning time diffusing, I really love to do peppermint, which is kind of like a natural awakener, caffeine free, and some citruses. So I love peppermint with citrus fresh, and I really love peppermint with lemon. And lemon also is really great for focus. It just provides a really clean, fresh environment and kind of helps you be productive and get lots of work done. So those are some of my favorite oils to diffuse in the mornings. And if we end up doing some homeschooling or virtual learning with the children. This oil is the Kid Sense Genius. I got a couple of these for free last month as promos. And I really love this oil to maybe just apply to the kids in the morning or throughout the day, maybe to their temples, maybe to the top of the crown of their head, maybe to the back of the neck. And one of my questions for today for a giveaway, which do we announce what our giveaway is?
Not yours.
I don't announce what the product is I'm giving away?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give away a tube of Thieves Aroma Bright toothpaste because everybody needs that. But can I go ahead and ask my question?
Yes, you can.
Okay, what are the ingredients in Kid Sense Genius? So you guys can Google it and look it up. But I'm going to take a peek at it right now to see if there's an oil in it that I want to talk about. Well, you guys can answer that question and the winner gets a Thieves toothpaste. But the other oil that I really love for kids and focus that I actually don't have with me here to hold up and show you guys is vetiver. And I really, really love vetiver. It's very grounding emotionally and spiritually, and it can really calm and soothe and settle like an inner chattery mind. So if you guys have squirrel brain, or if you have lots of thoughts, or you're feeling maybe some feelings of anxiousness, vetiver can kind of calm everything down, feel more in line and streamlined and centered and grounded. So in addition to a nice invigorating mint and a nice uplifting, mood lifting citrus, I think vetiver is a great one to throw in there too for centering and grounding. So those are my oil recommendation and product recommendations for some focus while learning. I think vetiver crosses over onto doing some emotional support as well. So I'll get into a couple of my other recommendations for emotional support for the kids and for the adults. I am a huge fan of Stress Away. I feel like if anything this year, we're all going to have to be really resilient and roll with the punches. So Stress Away on the back of the neck throughout the day, I think is going to be really helpful. My little pep talk for everybody this year is, I think we're going to find out that school isn't going to be the end all be all of our kids' life. And some of that power and responsibility is going to come back to us. So my goal this year with my older kids who are 13 and 16 is going to be to kind of enrich them with important life experiences. So they might not have our traditional academic learning and all the courses and credits that they would normally have, but we're going to have some like life school and lots of good life experiences this year. So I'll feel good about what happens to them no matter what happens to them with school. So I hope that that might be a little bit of a pep talk and kind of makes everybody feel at ease going into the school year. But then my next emotional support oil is just all the Valor. So James, did you probably do grounding with Valor at the very beginning of the Zoom call?
How did you guess?
I just figured, so everybody's feeling pretty grounded and calm. So I love Valor because it's great to help you feel confident and calm. And I feel like going into this school year, we all are going to need some healthy doses of confidence and calm because we just really don't know what the year or the future is going to hold. And that's okay. We can just accept it, surrender into it a little bit, and oil up every day. What I do love about getting the oils in roll-ons is that they're really easy to apply directly to the back of the neck and down the spine or to the bottoms of the feet. So I feel like when you are dealing with children, this is a really convenient delivery mechanism to get the oils on them super quick. So if you keep all of your little school year oils in a little basket somewhere in a common place of your house, you can put oils on lickety split. You can fill your diffusers before your kiddos even get up. And then you're going to set the tone for a really positive day. And some of those nice little practices are within your control. And those are sometimes the things that soothe me and let me know, like, well, I might not be in control of what happens at school, but I am in control of what happens at my house in the mornings, and that's going to be enough for now. So we may or may not have the same kinds of germ issues that we have when we send our kids back to public school or back to private school publicly. Like either way, if kids are going to a school building, they're going to be surrounded by germs. So we may or may not have those issues this year, but I can promise you that if the kids go back right now at all, even if it's a modified school day, you're really going to want to stock up on thieves spray and spray a little thieves bubble around them before they go out the door. You're probably going to want to stock up on your hand sanitizer and in the tiny little 1 ounce bottles too to send with them. And then it's good if they do go to school and come home to kind of have them take off the clothes, wash the clothes, put on clean clothes, nice thieves bubble again, or by the time they come home in the afternoon, have your thieves going in the house. So that thieves just adds a layer of protection and support for the immune system and to get rid of any of the funk. And the thieves comes in the roller ball too. So same thing down the spine, on the feet, morning and night. And then I believe that either last month in July or the month before in June, I got some of these little Egyptian golds as promos, free promos. Right? You have it too?
Yep.
Those are great for immune support, right? But I think they're also great for emotional support. I think in general, this oil is popular, so sometimes it sells out. So I just feel like this is going to be a good one, and it's going to be a multitasker for families back to school. And so those are just kind of my thoughts right off. I'm sure I missed some things like in general vitamins, but sometimes I like to just keep things simple, not too overwhelming for the family. I know my son likes to keep peppermint, genius, and stress away in his room. And I just stocked my daughter up on lavender, lemon, peppermint, and orange in her room. So those simple mints and citruses are popular and kind of one size fits all for the kids. I think that's it.
Oh, thank you so much, Allison. That's
You're
just,
welcome.
have your energy, and I really liked keeping it simple. If things get too complicated, kids don't want to do it, adults don't want to do it. It's just so important to keep things simple. And you did, yet gave us a robust repertoire of things we can do to support ourselves and our kids going back to school.
Yeah. And I would like to say that since we're doing these Zooms regularly, if we need an emotional support team for parents of kids, I'll be in the club because I think we're in for a wild ride this coming year.
I agree with you. I think so too. I'd like to believe not, but again, we'll see. One thing that you said, this is interesting, when you talked about the thieves spray, and I do carry this along with the hand sanitizer with me wherever I go. I used to do healing work. I would do raindrop and other work with people individually. I saw a lot of teachers back then, high school teachers, middle school teachers, lots of teachers who come to see me. I guess it's a stressful job. And one of them would always carry the thieves spray in his pocket. He'd say he got near any kid talked to him, he'd spray it in his mouth right away. He just like that. That was his go-to being in school tool. He was a music teacher. It was his being in school tool. Yeah. So thieves spray. And it does have more versatility than the hand sanitizer. For example, when I go to the supermarket, they have wipes, but I'd rather not use their toxic wipe. I just spray down the cart handle real quick. So, and also when I go in New Jersey, everybody indoors, you wear a mask. It's just a given. That's it. You wear a mask when you go inside to the market. So when I go back in the car, I take it off and hang it on my rear view mirror, and I take my thieves spray and give it a spray in the back and both sides of it. Just what I do. What I've learned the hard way is not to use too much thieves spray when you do that. It's very strong. In fact, thieves spray, I believe, has over 70% ethyl alcohol, denatured alcohol in it. They don't have the percentages on this bottle, but they do online. So it has even more, and it is listed in, not here, but in Singapore as a product that can be used, that's effective in sanitizing for the pandemic. It's on their list of government approved products in Singapore, the thieves spray. Amazing product. So definitely a back to school product. So
I'm gonna have to hop off here and get back to work, but thank you guys for letting me join you.
thank you, Miss Yoga Teacher.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. So that was really wonderful that Allison filled in very quickly. Who she filled in for was Andrea Williams. Andrea did do an excellent job in a video that we just wanted to have somebody live, but I've watched Andrea's video. It is up in my Dropbox. I'm going to post the link here to that so you can see it. So you can get it from there. You can download it or you can watch it there. It's a 20-minute video where she talks a bit about back to school, but really elaborates on Young Living products that she and her family use to keep the kids in the best of shape for the school year, to be in a space of health, well-being, focus. And it's definitely, though Allison did an excellent job, Andrea did also on this video. You're welcome to have it. I will also post it on our team page. So if you miss it here, you can get it there, but there's a link for that. It is a wonderful video you might want. And I didn't ask Erin, are you able, Erin, to share your PowerPoint with us like you did the last time? Erin may have ditched us. I don't blame her. But I'm sure Erin will share it. She shared the
No,
last.
I'm here. Sorry.
Ah.
I just got my little stinker. So, yeah, I can share that with you.
Okay, so I'll give you a request and you can put it in the way we did it the last
Perfect.
time. You can put it in my Dropbox. products. That'll be
Awesome. That sounds great.
okay. So we'll have that video for you later as well as this recording. So what I'm going to do now is sign off. I'm not ending this. I'm just going to sign off the recording because there are benefits to being on our presentation live. Definite benefits. The giveaways for one. In fact, I think I can announce the giveaways now while we're still recording the winners. So let me do that. I have that. They've been messaged to me. We have Amy Williams does the, so if you get mad, you don't have to get mad at me. You get mad at her. No, I'm bringing up Amy because it's a lot of work to pick out the correct answers and to randomly pick a winner. And Amy does an excellent job in the background doing that. And I know we all appreciate that, and I certainly do. So thank you, Amy, for doing that work. It's extra work, and we appreciate it very much. And Amy is one of the people that puts in the work planning these presentations with me, both Amy and Michelle. So I want to honor both of them for the time and the effort that they put into this, into making this happen for our whole community. So let's see, we have a winner. So we'll start with the last one. For Allison's gift, Karen Page is the winner. You had a right answer. Congratulations, Karen. What I'd like you to do are either email me or maybe if we're Facebook friends, if you could private message me your mailing address. Sometimes it isn't the same as Young Living, what Young Living has, or you may be staying somewhere else right now or something. So if Karen and all of the winners can Facebook message me or email me their mailing address, that would be good. And then I'll fan it out to the person who's doing the giveaway. A couple of the giveaways were me, and you'll get that shipped to you. So be sure to get the winners, be sure to get me your mailing address, okay? And you don't have to post it here because you may not want to make it public to people you don't know. I understand that. The thieves, okay, so the winner of the chest rub is Brenda Morris. Congratulations, Brenda. Good job. Good job. And the winner of the out of stock 7.6 ounce. And it comes with a pump, by the way. I personally prefer it without the pump, but you may want the pump. The winner of the Thieves hand sanitizer is Ashley Hilton. Congratulations, Ashley. Awesome. Good work. And then the closest, nobody got it exactly right, but the closest, and I think she won CBD before, actually. I know Lynn Graham listens because because I work with her closely. And that's one thing she does. She pays attention, she listens, and you are the winner of the your CBD of choice. So let me know which one you want. And I believe I have your mailing address, but confirm that in your message to me. That would be great. I don't believe you're staying anywhere other than where. Anyway, just get me your address and the which CBD you want. Congratulations to all the winners. It's a lot of fun doing giveaways. I actually enjoy giving them away as much as I enjoy winning stuff myself. So at this point, what I'm going to do is sign off. Know, those of you who are watching this recording at a later time, that you missed out on some really good stuff coming. And one of the good things coming, I'll just say this before I sign off the recording, is Amy Jane Williams is offering us an emotional clearing using Young Living products and crayons, I believe. So that's going to be a lot of fun and personal growth for those of us who want to participate. But before we go any further with that, I'm going to sign off. So this is just for the recording. All of you that are still on don't have to leave yet because we're going to do a Q&A. That's another benefit of of being on live, and we can all get to chat with each other a bit if we want. So for now, I'm going to sign off to those of you who are watching the recording. Peace out. Enjoy.